Hi, good day everyone. Last time I made a video was, I think, a few days ago when we talked about revamping the website and adding lots of features. We've made a great number of improvements. We're going to be pushing the improvements to the website so you can actually see it for yourself. However, I would want to use the opportunity to apologize to anyone before now who probably had an issue with the service. I understand and I acknowledge that I might not be good and perfect, might not be able to deliver at every single point, but I'm trying my whole possible best to be as efficient as I can. In that light, I would walk you through on a very free bonus within the AdSense class. Right? I wouldn't want to start talking much about uh, the new features because I'm thinking of adding up this little forum where people will talk and share whatever challenges they have. But that is not what I want to go into now. So let me walk you through something very special. It's simply how to make bots that would increase your views instantly. I've wanted to make this video free and open, not had the opportunity to, but I'm happy I will be able to do that today. So give me a few minutes. Let me grab my iPad and walk you through the whole steps. I want to be able to sketch. So hold on. Okay. Thank you for holding on the bits. I have to go grab my tab so I can walk you through. So first and foremost, the biggest misconception when it comes to using bots. Now most people often think your earnings, which is from Google AdSense, it's tied, to your views. Uh, Most people tell you, I look at your views are not up to 20,000 views, and maybe you made $100. How is that possible? So I'm going to be teaching you how that is possible. So hold on. I want to connect my iPad to this computer, and then stream my iPad screen for you. Should I make these videos in badges? I'm actually thinking if let me just go on. I was thinking if I should make this video in badges. Let me connect this iPad. I can't find it. Why is it somewhere? It's not making sense. It's bear with me. Okay, I've seen it. Okay, okay, beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to hide the Google Chrome at the back so you can see it properly. Okay, let me walk you through. I'm going to give you the basic formula on how earnings work in Google AdSense, and I would try as much as possible to not over explain because I think most times I over explain things. Okay, now everyone feels it's engagement. Am I getting that well? Hmm. Ah, don't tell me I'm stoned. Hold on. Let me confirm something. I've been working all day. I just had um, okay. Let me check. I want to be sure what I'm doing here. But I was stoned. Stoned that I was right. Okay. Engagement. Everyone feels your innings are directly tied to your engagement. By engagement, I mean your views, your like, your comment, right? That is what they all feel. So everyone feels this. It's what gives you the innings. Now, to an extent, it's true because when there is a high engagement, or which is maybe for this instance high views, when you have high number of views, now there's a high possibility that lots of people clicked, right? But yeah, that is true, but it is not really the most deciding factor. You could have 50,000 views, and on these 50,000 views, you had 10,000 people click. Now, you could also have another view or another view, 500,000 views, and on this 500,000 views, only 1,000 click. Oh, not like the viral last one. 1K. Well, let me just use 1,000. Okay, clicks. Let me recap you again on what Google AdSense is. It's just simply a platform where business owners advertise with Google, and then Google takes this ads, this business owners want to place, and then place those ads on websites, blogs, before a video on YouTube channel, like probably the one you saw before this video started. Now, each time people advertise with Google, the adverts are usually on, getting a click. So this simply means for instance, I have a sneaker company and I want people to be able to buy my sneaker or pre-order my sneaker. So now I go to Google or YouTube and I run an ad. And now the ad is going to be structured on two ways. Either I want outreach or I want clicks. Now, if I say I want outreach, outreach is where I get to pay for the amount of impressions. So let's say, for instance, we're trying to make an awareness, we're trying to reach out, maybe we're trying to let people know about an awareness or a movement or something, right? We could go for, just views. So this simply means just show to as many people as possible. Now, that is really what happens in the business world, or majority of the people who get advertised with Google or any agency, what they often want is a sign up button, a call me now, a send a message, a call to action. Now, this call to action is like an interaction. So this simply means for instance, I'm paying Google higher for Google to, get me clicks. Now, if I'm paying for views, it's quite cheaper. So that's when I'm trying to create an awareness, which, like I said, what really happens in the real life more are people who are paying for interactions, people who want to sign up, people who want something related to that. When you pay per click, which means for each time anybody clicks on a link, for each time anybody comes on your website, when you pay per clicks for that, in fact, basically what you pay often is per clicks. If you're running an advert on Facebook, you're running an advert on any social media, you usually should run an advert on your website, like go visit this link. So what you get to pay for is per click. Now, looking at this two diagram, you can see something on the screen. You can see the first one written 50K, which is views. So 50,000 people saw a video. And then the other one, you can see 500,000, which is 500K views. And now you're being told for this 50K views, which is for 50,000 people who viewed that maybe video, 10,000 clicked on an ad. And then for 500,000 views, 1,000 people clicked on an ad. Now, judging from your concept of Google AdSense, now who do you think would get more innings? Now, remember one person has a whole lot of views. I remember the other one has, a whole lot of, what's it called again, clicks. So who gets more paid? Interaction. Interaction, because when you have, for instance, or when you blog, for instance, on high CPC content, stuff like insurance, those keywords that, has high CPC. Now, this high CPC ads, they are ready to pay as much as most times outrageous amount around. I think I've seen close to $2-3, per click before. Now they're willing to pay extremely very high. So let's assume this is 50,000 views, and then I'm having, okay, 10,000 click, and then let's say the CPC is 2,000. So what happens? I'm getting 20,000. Okay, sorry, the 10,000 clicks is $2, which is $2 times 10,000. That's $20,000. Yes, $20,000 in a day. Now, what really determines what you make is the CPC, which is how much you get per click. Now, if this 50,000 views is, the person is into something that has high CPC, like me, for instance, I'm into gambling. Now, the CPC is usually very high. So this simply means that even for that 50,000 views, and I had just 10,000 click, because the CPC is quite very high, I'm getting $20,000, right? Now, I want you to understand that your CPC and your clicks are what really gives you is what really gives you the huge earnings, not just the views. So you have 500k views and maybe a CPC of less than $1. So let's say 0.70 cents. And then you have like 1,000 click. Now, the normal person who doesn't know about CPC, who doesn't know about clicks, will tell you that this guy who has 500,000 views is making more money than this guy who has 50,000 views. But reverse is the case. So, what do we do? When you create bots, there are two ways to create a bot. We create bots using what we call personality. Personality is simply what a model understands about an entity. Let me try to explain. Imagine human beings are entities and computers are models. Now, the computer tries to understand you, which is an entity, and so they try to understand what interests you. Now, this is simply why, if you're on any social media platform, for instance, you often see things you want or things that interest you. So, if I'm a shoe person, I would often see advertisements relating to shoes. If I'm somebody who plays or who gambles a lot, you're going to see adverts related to gambling. If I'm somebody who plays games like PS a lot, I'll be seeing one new game that's come out on PS4 or one new game that has been out on PS5 or PC. Now, if I'm a techie, like I'm a tech person, I would see adverts related to software programming, online school, acquiring course, anything within the programming niche. Now, I'm able to see customized ads that fit me because the model, which is the computer, has understood my personality, right? So me, I'm an entity. The computer, which is a model, has understood the things that interest me. Now, how does computers understand what interests you? Each time you browse, each time you visit a website, each time you already having a phone, your data gets processed. Like Google virtually has access to everything you do, especially if you're using maybe an Android phone. Now, for every single thing you do, they're able to log. or the system automatically logs, what it feels is your personality, which is what it feels interests you. What it feels like. If I'm a caterer and all I do is to talk about cake, 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 cake. If you take my YouTube and open my YouTube, you see cake all through. If you're browsing, you will often be seeing one thing related to that field of catering. Now, if I'm a car person, maybe a mechanic or a car enthusiast or somebody who has something to do with cars related, if you take my phone, you will only be seeing more videos on cars. So if you get to see now, these computers understand you, that they actually know what you do or what interests you, and they do that by seeing every single, you know, every single what's it called again, request you make. Each time you open up a website, what kind of website is that? And most of them go as far as sniffing your messages. Like for instance, Google tells you openly they don't read your messages, but they process your messages. So that simply means they go through it to know the things that might interest you. For instance, you're chatting with somebody about ring, and the next thing you're seeing ring advertisement somewhere. Now, this simply means advert is usually being generated more of the time from the personality. It's only when the model, which is the computer, it's only when it can map a personality to you that it will just start showing you things randomly. Now, when we create bots, the first thing we try to do is to map out a personality for that bot. Now, the personality you map out for a particular bot will determine what advert will be shown to the bot. Yeah, it is one thing when you blog about a particular niche, but most of the times, like I said, it is based on the interest. So if I'm somebody who browses, maybe if I'm a fashion enthusiast and I do much about fashion, and I come to your website and you do more on insurance, most of the time I would see an advert mixed with insurance and fashion, or most times it might be just one, which would be fashion, because Google tries as much as possible to take advertisement to people who really need it. So even if your blog is blogging on something else, what is the personality of who is visiting it? What has Google known about this person, right? Now, when we create bots, we build up what we call search interest. We already have a huge data, lot of data on what people search, people who are in certain fields or people who are in certain kind of lifestyle, what they search often, or their browser history, how they act. So we already have a map that sequence. We also have what we call a lifespan model, which means the bot should come online, stay for so and so hours, then go off again and go down. Now, when I said it at first, one thing I noticed about account being dropped, like as an account being dropped, was when I discovered that pingings were always, being called. Let me show what I mean by pinging. This is my mobile phone now, right? If I try to log into Google, Google would positively most times tell me, we just sent you a code on your mobile phone, your iPhone 11. Go and check. We sent you three numbers, or choose the number 42. Click on that one, and we'll know that you're the person trying to log in. Now, when Google pings, pinging means trying to connect to the nearest device that is active. So my Google account is logged in here. Maybe I have another of my phone logged into that Google account. These are devices, right? So if someone is trying to log into my account, Google will ping all the devices that are currently active with my email, and I will not see something like authorize this login. I got to discover that Google goes further to ping traffic source. Like when people create bots, now this is talking about personality. When people create bots, they create bots that leaves a very short span. So these bots will just come online, go to their website, click on one advertisement, and go off. Now, when Google tries to revalidate the traffic and it tries to ping those traffic source, like if I open up a website now and I'm done and I keep up my phone, then and my phone and the traffic source, which is my mobile phone and my email address, gets pinged, you know that that account is on a live, mobile phone. So it validates that, okay, truly, 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 somebody really visited this site and a human being clicked. But what happens when it's pinged and no, what is it called again? There is no active device. It raises a red flag, and when it raises a red flag, that red flag can be escalated. It can be escalated if that particular cookie, or if the whole thing, if the bot is not configured properly. Okay, I think I will make another video and I will just practically describe basically how an undetectable bot should be. I will try to make it free, something that I would still get to explain and still get to keep certain things for people who are in the class. When people create bots, or virtually all the bots I've seen, probably I don't blame them. I think coding has to do more with your creativity. Maybe I'm quite very creative, because I see other programmers when they create their own bots, they create bots with very lifespan, short lifespan. This bot comes on the website, clicks on an ad, this bot goes off. Most of them they use different processes. Some even tell you clear your cookies. Some want to come in anonymously. And these people, I don't know if they're actually smart, or if they're really like, if they're actually smart only to remember what they learned about software programming, or if they can actually use common sense. Because Google is more interested in serving ads to people who really need it. They won't really take advertisement to people who are really interested. And somehow you're trying to be very much anonymous. Okay, you're coming with a lot of. I will try to explain the logic to my own kind of boss and my own approach, and why my approach has never failed. This is close to almost 2 years now plus, and my adsense bot has not given me any form of issue. At the beginning I had a whole lot of troubles, but I've been able to understand that it is not just about you fitting your traffic. The traffic is one thing, you understand, the traffic is one thing. Now the other thing is you being able to live up to that authenticity. Okay, you can use a good proxy, which is the traffic. You can use a good user agent, which is the traffic. You can use a good cookie, which is the traffic. Now what of when you get pinged? Now it has failed authenticity. Now if you're logging, if you're creating a bot, that bot should be online to be able to serve like as. Okay, how do I even explain this? The only way Instagram knows fake account is that account will be created today. The account will follow lots of pictures. The account will not be active again, right? It will no longer do anything again. Then it will come online again and like lots of pictures. It won't do anything again. But each time it comes in, it only does specific taxes and it leaves. Now, after a while, those specific taxes get mapped, right? The only person who is able to follow instructions and do specific things is the computer. So once the system is able to detect that a particular bot, a particular thing, a particular account just comes in specifically, does specific tasks, it maps it immediately as bot traffic. Because only a computer will be able to map out, do specific things and go up. Human beings are the most unstable people. You won't be able to know. But if you hold your phone right now, you open Instagram, then you're going to Facebook, then you're doing this, then you're trying to do this. Like you basically be doing random things. You're watching different videos. You're watching Sabinus. You're watching comedy. You're watching motivation. Human beings are trying to explore lots of things, but a bot will just simply come there, do one particular task, maybe click on a particular ad, like a particular thing, follow a particular person, do a particular thing, and go off. Then it will not be pinged again, it will not be able to be reached. That is how they easily, what's it called again, traffic. So what we did is we created what we call a model, like for every single bot we create. That bot doesn't go offline, so that way it passes that authenticity. So this simply means if it gets pinged anytime, it can come back to say not just that the traffic source was real, but the authenticity is true, that this is the particular bot. And there are also lots of things we get to explain, especially when it comes to your previous traffic. There are lots of misconception on earnings when it comes to Google AdSense. I've been seeing so many videos. Most people will tell you it's about the views. Most people will tell you it's about engagement. Most people will tell you that I've seen so many people talk about bots, how bots get their accounts banned. How this handouts. I feel I need to even do more videos explaining how the whole system really works, because I've been focused on just teaching people follow this step, write this software. People need to understand the logic behind the whole system, because when you really do understand the logic behind this whole system, maybe you start thinking the way I think. Okay, so till next time, this is the website. We've been able to we've been able to get almost done with the videos. Hold on, almost got done with the videos. So the only thing we need to push in, which is what we're pushing in right now, is the copying, which is copying modifiable code. So this simply means you don't know how to code, no problem. Just copy it and modify it to your taste. Now if you have any question, I thought this video would be very short. I can't believe I made a very long video today. And I'm really kind of very stressed out. I've been working all day. Okay, so if you have any question, please use the comment section. I will give you a reply because I'm up all night. Yeah.